All right, team, go team. We are up, we are ready to rock this. I'm in a new sort of location. My child and her boyfriend are down in the basement, which is okay. We're okay with that. But anyway, so I'm generally, that's where I take the calls downstairs. So I might talk a little bit quieter to not make the whole house know that we're having a call, which they always do anyway. So good stuff. I am going to share my screen. Welcome to the Go Team Coach Call. And we'll get started, guys. It's going to be really good. I got some good stuff for you tonight. I'm excited for it. So really quickly, guys, we are into March here as we equip and inspire y'all who are busy coaches. Anybody not a busy coach? Anybody got tons of extra time? Okay, so I guess we're covered. We got it. And so now we're at least we can all be here. We're busy people, and we need the essentials to help us build these freedom-building, bringing businesses that help people achieve their goals and live healthy, fulfilling lives. So that's good news, good stuff, and I'm glad you guys are taking this time out tonight. So hopefully this will be really helpful to you. So whether or not you're listening to it live or part with us here, or if you are hopping on the recording, however you want to work that's really, really great. We'd love to have you hope you find it valuable. Just that quick reminder about our focused funnel, guys. I can't tell you enough. And I remember seeing this week. I think it was Brandy who mentioned it in maybe the Coach Strand. Just talked about number one, the difference when you do or don't start 5 to 10 new conversations each day. Can I get a witness? Anybody? Yes. Totally different. Your engagement. And I'm telling you, man, you take 3 days off on that, dude, you're have trouble. Even a really great post ain't gonna see no action. So I'm just gonna tell you, you got to be able to start those new conversations each day. And the cool part is I'm kind of learning this fun little trick. Ready for a little fun little trick on this social media wise? And we'll get to more social media stuff, of course. But the idea is, as you're creating quality content or whatever, and maybe somebody likes it, or then they even comment, the cool thing is then you can actually, remember how we talk about the whole idea of liking and then comment/compliment and then ask a question. You can do that right on your own timeline with your own posts, which is kind of cool because that gives you an opportunity then to have a conversation that you don't have to then go to somebody's timeline, right? You don't have to kind of force it. They're already there. You might as well then go, hey, well, Sarah, that's great. Awesome, good. I'm glad you like that recipe. Do you have any other recipes or I don't know, whatever you want to ask. That kind of a thing. So that, and then if they respond back, dude, that's called, Facebook says, hey, these people are friends. They like each other. Let's send more stuff to them, right? That's good stuff. All right, good. Going to quickly move over to Success Club, which is exciting stuff. So we've got, wait a minute, that's the wrong slide. I must have not imported that. Well, darn me. Hold on 2 seconds. I'm going to import this because it's important. 2 seconds here. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody got some slides on. Well, let's jive. I don't even know why I'm singing this song. Hold on. There it is. Bam. And 5, 4. 3, 2. Let's see. But there, yes. Happy. All right, there it is. Better. All right. Can y'all see? All right, look who's in first place. How exciting. Oh my goodness. So good. All right, so I'm going to take this off real quickly, unmute, and we're all going to give applause, first of all, for our Success Club 10 5 Lives people. Ready? Go. You can even do golf applause. All right, that's good. Now, back up. Success Club, ultimately 3 Lives Club, which is going to be Success Club 5. We still got Steph and Claire kind of there. So once again, 1, 2, 3. And this is my favorite part of this. Ready? Hold on. Is the fact that we've got all these. We're getting more folks. Remember what I talked about last week. The fact that we have more people on the board. Guys, I don't care right now if you're hitting success, like full out success club. I just want you getting on the board, which means you're actually getting that means that's what we call an active coach. If you have any success club points, that means you're actually working the business to some degree, which is just super exciting for me. And that's how we ultimately build towards elite in 2000. Well, technically you're going to be 2018 elite team, but we're going to be elite in 2017, kind of a thing. So as we work towards that goal, it's about more of us making those, doing those right behaviors ultimately, which will move us towards success club. Okay. And that's how when we have more people on this board, guys, that's just really a great thing. And it's a great sign. So when I'm looking at these and we talk about lead measures, remember guys, we talk about lead measures and lag measures. Lead measures is how many conversations and how many invites you're doing. That's the things you can control. Lag measures, success club, and amount of coaches you sign ultimately. Really, that's kind of the business of this, right? And so the fact is, guys, the more we can start to see these lag measures catching up with our lead measures are leading, and then ultimately the lag measures start catching up with that. Oh, really great sign. So good stuff on that. All right, so let's give it up for, and then we'll give it up for. So it's Jen, Linda, Pam, by Leslie, Jamie, Sherry, and Bonnie. So congrats, y'all. Let's unmute it one more last time. Go. Okay, I don't know. All right. Good stuff. Okay, so and then also our volume leaders. Very excited. Okay, so we've got our friends. We got Tammy Weisweaver up at 540, Steph at 371, Sherry coming on strong at 270, which is nice. And then we've got some new folks who actually aren't even on part of our club yet because they're kind of more discounties at this point, but who knows what'll happen. So we got Melissa, Julia, and Caitlin, who are kind of just getting started on their journey with this, but then Nancy as well. So congrats to all of y'all getting some good progress there. So that's good stuff. We did need to, and I did not get this, unfortunately, I did not get this slide from, make sure she's here. No, she's not. But ultimately I didn't get a slide from Steph, but so Pam Ewald is Emerald. So that's big news. So we just gotta, I'm gonna say right now, because we're gonna record this because she'll probably watch this tomorrow, hopefully. Let's unmute. We got a definite.
Woo, Pam, good job.
I see green in the future. I see green people. I see green people. All right. Good stuff. All right, so that's really great news. Guys, going to give you that quick couple little things here before we're going. Sneak peek into Beachbody Coaching next week. So no coach call next week. However, we still need you here. Okay? We still need you here. We need as that presence. Even if you don't have somebody to invite, everybody should have at least one person to invite. Guys, come on now. Everybody can get at least one person to potentially invite to this. A former challenger, person just needs to get in, and maybe just even to hear about the discount at this point, maybe that's all they need. And I will lay all of those things out once again. And I'm going to talk to several of you about, it really helped last time to give some, to give some testimonials as to so I'll have a fitness person and I'll have a person who's like just the whole financial side of this. Okay. And I'll talk to several of you. I'll talk to you guys about having at least two coaches give those on the call. And so just really the question to ask yourselves, guys, who do you think might be ready? Who do you think might be ready? Is there a stay-at-home mom that you know that needs that she's like stir crazy, has been maybe making some progress with her fitness, maybe it isn't even yet involved in Beachbody potentially as well, but has had this fitness bent, former high school athlete, I don't know, whatever it is. Now, generally, that's not always the best way that we like to do it, but sometimes that's okay. You just got to kind of discern that. Or maybe it's just a matter of one of your challengers that you've been really working with, and it's like, it's time. I got to ask this person. It's time. At least see if they're ready to potentially look at what it means to become a coach. Okay. Vitals, which is important. We talk about these pretty much every week. Prove the products work, invite, recognize 3 times, and then also doing personal development. Now, I want to give you another part of this whole thing, which is, I think, really, really critical, is the importance, guys, and we talk about this in our 5-day Rock the Basics training. I think it's right in the very beginning. It's the importance of live events. So I want to encourage you that on Saturday and Sunday of that April 8th, April 9th, there are going to be Super Saturdays / Super Sundays going on all across the nation, okay? And we want we would like for you to try to get to one. It would be really, really awesome if you could. And what that means, guys, is it's going to be, depending on your location, it could be really, really big, it could be really, really small, or somewhere in between. This one in Indy is going to be, it's a Super Saturday at the Ritz-Charles. We'd love to have you guys who are sort of in the Michiana area, Indiana. If you guys want to join us too, Andy, you're certainly welcome to come on over if you've got that opportunity. We'd love to have you join us. It's going to be great. This one's really, really cool because guess who's speaking? Guess who's speaking? Kelsey and Brandy are going to be speaking in one of the breakouts, which is going to be really, really cool. So no nervousness for Kelsey. That's great. No, you're going to be a great girl. So it'll be awesome in speaking from the heart. So she's going to actually, we've got different, so pairs of coaches that are speaking on hustle, our focus, hustle, and then heart. So basically Kelsey and Brandy are going to be bringing the heart to this whole thing, which is great. So, but if you're not in this area, look on your events tab in the coach back office. If you look on your events tab, you'll find your Super Saturday, and you can search locations by state, or if it's even your region. Sometimes state, actually even going outside of your state sometimes is closer than finding something inside your state. So you can kind of check that out. All right, good stuff. So now tonight, very exciting. We are going to talk about tuning up your social media, guys. And here's the truth. Social media is effectively your life in real time. That's really what it is. It's just one giant reality show. Everybody has that little bit of voyeuristic, hey, what's so-and-so doing? Hey, and that's why, especially now with like live videos, now, of course, everybody's to some degree sometimes annoyed by everybody's live videos. It's like, my gosh, how many more times can I have this person do something? Or show a picture of their cat. But anyway, so there's lots of opportunity in this to show more of who we are, and especially as we're being the product, living out the lifestyle, guys, whether that's a food, whether that's shake, whether it's an attitudinal change. That's what I kind of want to represent with these 3. So these are like literally from today. So this Jen Kuntz got a beautiful pic of her with her shake. And I love the way she totally breadcrumbed that. Is she didn't go, this is my fantastic shakeology shake that I'm serving now down for about $4 per day. No, she totally breadcrumbed it. Hey, superfoods, excited, on the go or something like that, which I thought was really cool. And then got a lot of people to comment on that. Jess was more about a mindset shift, which was really, really great. Kind of a comparison of from back a few years back to now. Just kind of where she's at kind of spiritually, mentally, all that stuff. And then the middle one I just grabbed from another coach's page, and she just was sharing a recipe that she did in the morning. And the cool part about the recipes, guys, this is really fun breadcrumb. You guys ready for a little fun tip on this? Is 2 things. One, you can actually include the containers in pictures, okay? And I thought about that after I did my live. Do you guys see my Chef Lou today when I did my whole Chef Lou? So did this Brooklyn accent, kind of talk like this, hey, how you doing? And I should have had the containers in the thing, and that made a big deal out of them. Go, these are the 21-day fix containers, and they sell for blah, blah, blah. No, just like, okay, so when we're doing our challenges, this is what we do. We fill up this yellow container. This is what we do. Yeah, we'll make sure people get enough of these. Hey, I got maybe 3 or 4 of these, So I'll probably do more. I'm going to do more Chef Lou, just so you know. I think that's a character I can actually do pretty well and hopefully add some value. But anyway, so that's one way of doing it. The other way that this gal did it, which was kind of cool, she used the colored hearts. You guys know the hearts emoji, right? So you use, so for, she goes, for those of you doing, or for those of you in my, and this is a kind of a cool breadcrumb, in my spring slim down challenge, right, whatever. For those of you in my spring slim down challenge, this counts as 1 yellow heart, 1 green heart, or 1 blue heart. Yeah, well, this one's like, I think this was 1 yellow, one blue, and 1 green in this, for this breakfast that she had, which is kind of cool, because then, again, that's breadcrumbing, going, hey, what? That's kind of cool. So wait, that's 1 bread. What is? How does that all work? Okay, there's kind of some kind of system that they're using, and there's, again, breadcrumbing to the sense. So guys, it's going to be less and less about you having to always go out. Certainly, you always have to do active recruiting, but man, that's really passive. That's really cool passive recruiting that just says, hey, we do these challenges every month, and this is part of it. This is part of the whole living that life, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, quick mechanics here, guys. We're going to go to my Facebook page real quick. You're going to go. We're going on a field trip. You ready? You ready? Thumbs up. Okay. Okay. Going on a field trip. Hey, Danielle Bailey. Nice to see you, girl. Awesome, girl. Glad you're joining us. Looks like Nancy's on too. Awesome. Good job. All right, going to share a different screen with you. Where are you? Safari. That's what this one is. Okay. This is where I grabbed that picture from. Okay. So what we're gonna do, Chef Lou, gonna go to my page. Go to my profile. Let me get rid of these real quickly, so y'all can see appropriately. Can y'all see my page? Yes? Y'all good? Okay. Hold on. Oh, wait. Wait a minute, I didn't want that. Hi, Nicole. Okay, so we're on my on this page. You can go to your page, the 3 dots. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go up here to the arrow. Okay, so settings. This is a quick checkup on your settings. Let's all review on this real quick, guys. Want to make sure you're set up. This is just a quick review, and if you haven't checked these out ever, it's really important. Okay, so a couple things. If you're ever referring to your page and you have never actually knew what your username and how to actually send someone to your page directly, this is where it's at. Your username, so actually mine's very cleverly Dan McMirovich. So I made it very simple. And you can also use fb.com. If you didn't know that or not, you can go www.fb.com/Dan McMirovich, and then people will go directly to your page. On that, you can add your add account. There's your contact, and that's pretty much just some settings there. Now, privacy, real quick here. This is going to be up to you, and you have to make this decision. I won't tell you what to do. I will just let you know what's easier to build a business with. If you edit this, so where it says, who can see your future posts? Public. It is fully public. That means the way a social network works is that if a friend likes my post or comments on my post, ultimately their friends, or they can share it to their friends, they can beyond, they have lots of options to send it to others, okay? And their friends of friends can see it, and it just keeps on going, okay? And that's how the social networks works. Now, if you set that to friends only, okay, which is in here, if you set edit, you can set this to friends, or then you can do friends except for some people, right? And then that's kind of how it works. So if you don't have that set to public, guys, you're probably not going to expand a lot outside of that realm. Now, I know some people, and hubbies included, are careful, right? They're worried about everybody seeing their stuff because they're concerned that people are going to steal stuff. I understand. At the same time, I would say it's harder to build a business that way, because then you can only rely on that group of friends. And then if you're wondering why maybe your posts aren't going beyond that set of friends, or you're having trouble developing beyond your warm market, that's why, okay? You can also review, just so you know on this as well, review all your posts and things you're tagged in. So that and then you can have it set so anybody can tag you anytime. And then I actually have it set now where I'm having, because I have a lot of people, a lot of my challengers sometimes tag me in goofy videos. They'll like post me like some tag and some stuff like that, which not that I don't mind that, but if I've got a post that I'm really hoping people see more traffic on, and then immediately somebody slams this like goofy dog video in the middle of that or something, or sometimes even it's a fitness thing or whatever, but yet I've got this really important message I want to set out. I want to be able to go, wait a minute, let's hold on that for a little bit, and then I might approve it later. Does that make sense? Okay. Versus like just carte blanche, let people post whenever. So that's what I have that set for. And then this limit past post thing, which is limit the audience for posts you've shared with friends or or public. And that's, yeah. Actually, I don't even know what that is. I'm not even gonna mess with that. Okay, and then who can contact me? Who can send you a friend request? Ladies, I understand this. This is weird. I have it set for everyone, and truthfully, I know you guys get creepers all the time. I know you guys do. And here's the crazy thing. I get creepers all the time now. They're probably guys disguised as women is what I end up getting. It's a lot of, honest, just being straight, a lot of sex stuff that they do. I get these whatever, and they always cleavage shot or something like that. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. But I'm okay with that right now, because I don't, if I limit that to like some kind of friends or like, then it ends up being, then I'm limiting my potential for later. I'll just delete them. Now I know you guys get to protect yourselves a little bit more. So, play it safe and do what you need to do on that. And then who can look you up by via email address. So I actually so some people will, like, if you get an email address and they want to look you up. Have you ever done that, guys, with like, especially if you get a lead or something like that, and you want to actually try to look somebody up, you can actually copy that email and then search Facebook for it, and it'll show up. Their actual Facebook will show up, okay? If they have this set for everyone. If they have it set for only friends, then obviously it won't show up for you, okay? So sometimes you'll go, oh, this person's probably not on Facebook. It may not be the case. It actually may be the case that they're actually, they have that setting set differently, okay? And
So
again,
Dan, that's
yes.
a good way to find someone who becomes a lead of yours.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That's
Yeah.
a great idea.
Yeah?
Because I've tried to find people on Facebook who just come to me and I can't find them.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
if you use,
That's awesome.
yeah, especially if they have a normal, like a very regular name. It's like, dude, you like Joe Smith. My goodness, you're never gonna find them. So yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, no problem. So yeah, just copy and paste that, or if you know the phone number, same thing. You can even copy and paste the phone number, which sometimes, here's just being real. Sometimes they'll have the Facebook, they'll have their email guarded, but not their phone number sometimes, or vice versa. You can play with those. Okay. Do you want search engines outside of Facebook to link to your profile? Yes. Okay, and I have that set. So if somebody's looking for me, hey, Dan Bogmirovich, my actual profile shows up in Google. Okay, good stuff. And then that timeline and tagging, that was important. Okay, so I review that's what I said. Who can post on your timeline? Friends. Okay, I don't have some dude from Saudi Arabia being able to post on my timeline. Okay, I think that's an important one to set up. And then you can see things on my timeline, friends. So this is interesting. Who can see posts you've been tagged in? I just have this one set for friends right now. You can actually change that and open that up. It's totally up to you. Sometimes I worry about what I'm being tagged in, but if you have the filter, I just recently changed this over. I might even consider putting that to everyone right now, okay? Because I'm still I'm in control of what I'm being tagged in versus, again, carte blanche and anybody can see stuff. So, all right, that's good stuff. No more on this, real fast. We're gonna head over, guys, to a new spot. So this is kind of the basic kind of setup stuff. I wanna head over to my profile real quick. Let's talk this real fast, and so you're in good shape for this. Just so you know, our 12-week folks, we're going to have to go a little bit long tonight. I'm so sorry. I want to make sure I get this stuff in, and it's good info. I just don't want you guys to go. I don't want to like rush this so short. We'll probably go a little bit long on our 12-week stuff. Profile. Two things. Key thing with your profile pic. I probably need to update my profile pic. It's been a little while, probably about a month or so. You want a picture of you and you want a picture of you decently up close. If you have yourself way off in the distance, it's really hard to tell, okay? It's really hard to tell who you are. Good deal. No problem, Kels. So again, have a picture of you, have you smiling, that kind of a thing, something nice. For me, again, when I'm contacting women sometimes, I want everybody to know that I'm not a creeper. So that's why I have my wife in the profile. Ladies, I don't think you have to worry about it as much. It's not that big a deal. You know, I would say that you can probably be fine just having you in the pic. As it relates to your cover photo, I actually had this one done by a friend of mine, did some cutting out, and she just kind of did some special stuff with that. You don't have to do that. There is a great, great thing called PicMonkey. Y'all have PicMonkey? Yes, y'all know what that is? Good deal. So PicMonkey is fantastic, and Jen is really, really good at that. So if you need some tutoring, you can talk to Jen. She will give you lots of help with that. But in the long and short of it, it's a free service, ultimately, that gives you, real fast here, the PicMonkey. You do not have to start a free trial, by the way. If you start a free trial, it's going to be $9.99 every month. Don't do that, okay? So at this point, you can create a collage real quick. And then over on the left side, you'll see all the different sizes of pictures that you could potentially do. Come on, Mr. Monkey. There we go. So on this left side here, you will see wow, super slow today. All right, there we go. So this little thing where it says layouts, bang, you hit the layouts, and then you'll pick Facebook cover, okay? And then you can pick however the style of one, however many pictures you want in that, okay? So let's say in this example, I wanted to pick that. This leaves you spaces for 3 different size pictures that you can put in your Facebook profile cover, okay? Excuse me, yeah, cover, different than profile. Be aware, just so y'all know, in this bottom left, when you do your Facebook profile, or I'm sorry, when you do your Facebook cover, this bottom left right in here, this is where your cover, excuse me, where your profile pic is going to go. So if you put key information right here, it's going to get covered up. So make sure that you're actually putting stuff in different spots. Okay, so you've got that clear, and then also in this bottom right, like right here, that's where like the buttons, there's like a button there. So be careful of that area as well. And then what you can always do is you can load it up, and then you don't even have to commit to it right away. It'll ask you to reposition, but that's kind of the way you do it. Makes sense? And then if you need more information on that, talk to Jen. She's a pro. She's amazing. All right. Very good. Now, let's go and head back to the presentation. Oops, wrong one. This one? This one. There we go. All right, so we covered those 3 things. Now, real fast here. Frequency. Posting, you guys understand this, guys? In order to make Facebook and or Instagram, whatever you're doing, I'm going to speak only from Facebook because that's what I have most experience. Some of you guys know more about Instagram by far more than I do, okay, because it's more of your market. My market just doesn't really deal. There's some people who do, but the most people I deal with are mostly Facebookers. 3 to 5 times daily. And I hate to tell you that, and you go, because honestly, hands raised if you hit that target regularly. Hands raised if you hit that target regularly. Anybody? Okay, let me look to see if I can see if anybody actually raised their hand. Yep. Okay, so guys, it really is a challenge to stay active 3 to 5 times daily. If you don't hit it, it's okay. But what I would tell you guys, you're probably overthinking what you need to do for it, is probably what's happening. You're probably going, oh my gosh, I look at Melanie Mitchell and I see her posts. They're so amazing. I have to write that great of a post every time. It's like, no. Melanie does spend that time really focusing in on a key post each day. But if you notice, not all of her posts are like 15 paragraphs and like the best pictures every time. She's doing more than just the ask or the big kind of the big enchilada each day, okay? It's important because then, but if you go the other direction, you go, well, I'm not going to post quantity. I'm just going to post quality. Because and people sometimes say that. I've heard that even like right from summit stages and on some of the where they go, it's got to be quality posts. It can't be, yes, it can't be crap, but it can't be only, it's like, well, I'm going to post once a month and I'm going to develop a feed. Sorry, not going to happen. You can have your one post and you'll never develop followers, okay? Because they expect something from you, okay? So quality and quantities are really critical. Scroll stoppers are important. That's why visual matters. It matters, guys. And everybody knows what works. So what you need to start doing, guys, is start to study as you're doing it and you're flipping through. Why do you stop? Why do you stop? Like, why did I stop on that? Oh, and again, you have to start to take your Beachbody coach filter off for a second, right? And go, oh, I'm going to look at that because I'm seeing what, this is what Lindsay Matway would post or whatever, take that filter off for a second and go, okay, I'm just scrolling. If I just me, well, why would I stop? Okay, bam. And then kind of figure out why. Oh, that picture. There's a good quote there. Oh, wow, I love the filter that they used. I wonder what that was. Start to figure those things out and find out what apps people are using. And it's really cool. Honestly, if you find a really good a coach, sometimes they're really cool. Even if they're not your friend, you can message them. They won't always respond, but just go, hey, just love your pics. Love to know what app you use. And then often they'll just go, oh yeah, I'm just using this. Just real quick, ask. Nothing big. Scroll stoppers, and then also, guys, diversity. If y'all post about workouts every day, that's great, but man, you better have a different angle, because man, that gets really boring after a while. But if you can give some different angles to why working out, so it's like, and especially guys, and Kelsey, we talked about a little bit about this one, which was really, I think, good, because if you always, especially if you're a little bit more on the elite side of athlete wise, and you've made some really good progress, and you can kind of sort of show, like, guys, I used to do that a little bit more than I do now. Because I can sort of, I hate to say this, but I can show off a plyo jump. I can show off like really like crazy plyo push-ups, 4 med ball push-ups. I can do all these kind of crazy things, which get a little bit of attention. But really what that does is it drives a lot of my prime market away. They go, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's too crazy. I'm not going to do it. And so what I'm doing, I'm actually focusing more in on is the doability of a lot of what we can do versus like trying to show off like how awesome necessarily I am. Yep. Kelsey says, I used to always post workout selfies. LO, too much. Yep. And it's funny because it's like, well, I don't know what to post elsewise. Well, start telling a different story and maybe ask a few questions, which brings me to our guest tonight, which is very, very exciting. Did you guys know we had a guest? So this is my friend, Mandy Bowes. So Mandy, would you mind unmuting yourself?
Hey, Dan.
Hey, girl.
How are you guys doing?
Awesome. I'm getting the echo from you. We're probably won't put on speaker. That's okay.
I don't know how to change it. Sorry, I'm on phone.
Right. No worries. Let me make sure everybody else. Is everybody else muted? Okay, I'll just turn myself off. Okay. So I want to talk to Mandy, you guys, is hold on. Make sure. Yes, there is. I'm going to mute all. Mute y'all, and then I'm going to unmute you. Hello.
Hi.
All right. So, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. I have earphones. This will help. There we go. Can you hear me now? And the echo's gone. Yeah. All right. So, okay. So Mandy,
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay, great.
So what
So
we
what
want
we want
to know, so if you
guys
check out Mandy,
Mandy,
you want to follow her. Sorry, I know
Sorry,
the
I know the
audio is
audio is
still whacked
still
out.
whacked out.
But this
But this
Mandy,
Mandy,
her
her
timeline
timeline
is so great
great
at
at
asking
asking
questions.
questions.
And
And
she's like
she's
nuts.
nuts.
If you haven't even
If you
checked
haven't
out her stuff, she asks the craziest questions
question
and gets
and
such
gets
crazy
crazy
involvement in interaction.
interaction.
So she'll like
So she'll like
give us an
give us an
example,
example, man.
something that you post. Wait, hold on. You can't
You can't
understand me
understand
now?
me
It's really hard to
All
hear
right.
you right now, Dan.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Weird.
Weird.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna just
mute.
and so actually here's what let me mute you. Okay. Now you can hear me? All right. So now I'm just gonna talk and then I'll ask the question and then I'll unmute you and mute me. That's great. So basically, Mandy, give us an example of something you ask on your timeline that really gets some great engagement. And how do you come up with these ideas? Seriously, they're generally they may have a little bit to do with fitness on occasion, often completely not. Often like a whole different thing. And just a ton of people tend to participate, like literally hundreds of comments sometimes. You'll get like literally that many, which is crazy. So let's hear from you. I'm going to mute myself and then I'm going to unmute.
All right. Can you hear me? Okay. So, well, thank you, Dan, for having me. And yeah, I just post things that are interesting to me. Like Dan was saying, finding things that are scroll stoppers to yourself is important. I post things with all sorts of questions, like Dan mentioned. Like today, I posted something about just asking the quick question of what's your favorite part of spring? Because it's the first day of spring. It kind of makes sense and ties in. But at the same time, earlier to try and get more people to see and like and comment, I posted something that was completely off the wall about your horoscope type or your sign. And it says something about bad temper, high sex drive, like tell it like it is, those kind of things. So it just was like, hey, I don't think I have that bad of a temper, no big deal, but I'm on all four of these. Where are you at? Just simple enough, trying to get people to like just stop for 2 seconds and say, oh, well, I'm on there on a bad temper and I don't have one. And then also just simple enough of always just randomly picking people to comment back to, so your post keeps getting scrolled back up to the top of the feed. I don't know if you guys have noticed recently, but I think that something has changed in the algorithms again with Facebook, because I'm getting a lot more the same posts I'm seeing that are people commenting. I'm getting them more often now. And I know that my upline has said the same thing of theirs. They're seeing mine come up more often. So anyways, I'm not sure what I can help answer, Dan, if you have specific questions of any sort or if anyone does.
All right. So is there a particular time of day that you kind of go for this? Is it a timing that you do? Are there particular pictures that you're looking for? Do you actually, and sometimes I see you'll have, it's flat out text. It's not even you. So often where it's just like I don't know, what's your love language? And then blah, 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 you'll list five things. What's your best or whatever, and then what kind of answers generally, is there like a length? Because I think like a lot of times when people get first started at this, it seems like they go too philosophical and too long of answers for people to have to go. It's like, well, tell me the biggest thing you've ever dreamed of. And it's like, well, what do you, it's just too, and also maybe even the timing of the days. You have a philosophy, like on a Monday, you post something different than you would on a Friday, which you'd be like, do you have any kind of philosophy when you do that kind of stuff? So let's hear it.
Okay, so I try and post like they, encourage of early to mid morning. I don't have a lot of stay-at-home mom friends. I do have some on social media, but I work full-time outside of Beachbody, so I post either while I'm walking out of the office or walking out of the house in the morning, or while I'm waiting in construction on my drive, because I have an hour and a half commute to work. I also then post again on my lunch break, or I'll take a 5-minute break away from my desk and just post something midday. I try and post something late afternoon, as well as if I don't get that, I definitely get it before I hit my road to drive my hour and a half home. And then I post again at that, 8 to 9 o'clock. I have friends of mine on the East Coast, but I also have a lot of friends of mine that seem to be more towards the West Coast now. So I'm getting later and later posts at night. And I'm a night bird, so I have no problem posting later. And I'll get people that are on second shift or third shift that are answering. So not those normal times. I've got some coaching friends of mine that they're in bed by 9. No problem. That's not a problem in any way, but I'm barely home by 9 because of my work time and my workouts and everything else. I definitely try and do one crazy post every day to get a lot of people going. So simple enough of, hey, started house shopping again, because my boyfriend and I are in the possibility of buying again. And I'll post like just pictures of kitchens saying, hey, what is your part? What's your favorite kitchen here? Or something like that will get a lot of feedback quickly. And it's simple, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've tried to do the multiples, and it just gets too crazy. So every once in a while I'll throw one in, but normally it's like A, B, C, D. Or I'll even use pictures or just words. Just make it simple. Something that you would have no problem stopping and answering, saying, yeah, spring cleaning. I definitely need to work on my basement. My question yesterday was, hey, we did some spring cleaning. I made my little one at home do it. What project do you have to work on this spring? Only a couple people posted or answered because it's Sunday. I don't get a lot of feed on Sunday, and I don't know about you guys, but I definitely like to ask a big question, or try to, on Sunday evening leading into the week, talking about inviting, or is there something coming up, challenge groups, those kind of things, because there are towards the end of the night and the end of the weekend, I get those kind of families that are kind of calming down and moms jumping on going, oh, okay. But Saturday night and Friday nights, I post something crazy fun, just random questions. And my favorite thing is question of the day. If you start up doing question of the day, even if you do it question of the week, just make them random. Like off the top of your head, what kind of car do you drive? Just a random question. Doesn't have to be anything, that personal. Or what was your best friend's middle name when they were a kid? Whatever. Just something random that'll get people thinking. I try not to tag a lot of people, and I post a lot of funny pictures, so people share it a lot, which is great.
Sorry. I just muted you. I didn't mean to. But I do have this real quick. So, and I think that's really, it's really great to hear that, especially the fact that, guys, it's part of, remember we're talking about, if this is like kind of a reality TV show, there's a certain degree of expectation of this person brings this to me on a regular basis. So when you turn on ESPN, you have a feel what that station is going to probably deliver to you on a regular basis, right? There's within certain parameters. And then they sometimes like blow your mind because they do something a little bit different. It's like, oh, wait, what? There's a singing show like that was part of a sport thing? I don't know, how did that happen or whatever. But for the most part, there's somewhat a degree of expectation. And so it's, again, so like when she says there's a question of the day, that I think, honestly, if I were to say, if I were to say one of the things that you would say, who is Mandy Bowes on social media? She's the question of the day gal. Like she is that. Like that is her, like one of her main playing cards. Which is, and then people like will literally go, hey, I wonder what Mandy's going to post today. And I'm find myself saying that too. I'm like, hey, what do you want to look through a little thing today? That's kind of fun. So they go searching for it, even if it doesn't necessarily pop in their feed sometimes. So I'd imagine that's good stuff. All right, well, Mandy, we've got to roll on to some other stuff. So I wanted to say thank you. Can we all say thank you to Mandy? Let's go high fives to the screen because of the weird sound thing. So there we go. So good job. And thank you so much. If you want to hang out, that's great. Or if you've got to go, that's totally great too as well. So thanks again, dear. You rock. Hope to see you at Super Sunday. All right, well, kids, I am going to, I thought that would be a really helpful, little just really specifically practical tip. Now, that was going to be Mandy right there. I'm going to quickly share with you a screen that I'm going to provide this resource to you guys. Let me stop this share. And I'm going to share a new one real fast. And this, guys, is pretty epic, okay? There is a, so Stacy Lee is also, she's known as, is in our group. And this is a social media profile checklist. So she has, this is some of the things we talked about earlier, storytelling, lots of different things that you can kind of like go over and just check with your, make sure you're doing right, okay? Public invite, all this different stuff. But the thing that I did want to get to here, this is, I think, a really very helpful little graphic. Okay, so she created this little binder document, a lot of different things. And we're going to make it available to you as well. But these are kind of posting ideas. And if you're going to do 3 to 5 things per day, look what there is. There's 5 things every day that you can post. And so it's kind of fun here. Like you can kind of see there's Motivation Monday. She's got little themes, Throwback Thursday. What are you doing right now? Is a cue for you. Okay, mid-morning, what are you doing right now? Oh, noontime, meal or recipe. Bang, that might be great for dinner. Like, because like, think about it, guys. If you post, just so you know this, if you post a lunch recipe for lunch during lunch hour, that's not really very helpful sometimes, right? Because like, what are they? But if you post a dinner recipe that can be done in 20 minutes or less during your lunch hour, that's probably a good tool, right? Because then somebody's going, I use that. I'll use that tonight. Hey, let me know how it goes, guys. Let me know how you like it. That kind of stuff. You know, do something live. You know, what I love about coaching, start to talk a little bit of things. So this little graphic is part of it, which I think is really, really helpful. So you may want to just like actually print the sucker off, put it near your workspace when you do your power hour, or your social media, whatever, bam, and you've got it set. Maybe one at work, one here, whatever you want to do, just reference tools, which is really helpful, okay? Also, real fast here, I'm going to walk through this. Attention-grabbing lines. I love these, okay? That's great. I used to think, ... Oh, I'm just going to start to tell me a story. I remember when. You can read over this list here real fast, you know. When you're, or did you ever, you know, that's probably some more Mandy language, right? Did you ever, what was your first, blah, 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 you know. First car is a big one, man. That, everybody loves that. Or actually like opinion ones, like get people on like, I hate to say this, you don't want to always do this, but like, you know, thinking about a new phone, Galaxy or iPhone. Oh my gosh, dude, you're like, that's like you got people on both sides. That's like Democrat, Republican, man. You get like that going, it's crazy. But those kind of things, or, you know, lots of different stuff. And then you can sometimes even relate it to food, like, you know, and one thing that I thought I saw, this was, I took this from Chelsea Pearson, but was, what's your biggest hang up with meal prep? What's your most difficult part of meal prep? And dude, just list. Everyone's frustrated by it. And then I actually took those people, followed up, said, hey, we got a 5-day clean eating challenge coming up. Here's meal prep. There you go. Anyway, yeah, and social media. So you got conversation tips in here as well. Being real, asking open-ended questions, look for a need, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So hopefully this little thing, we'll make sure we post it in the group. It's a PDF form, so you can download it, and it'll be great. Boy, we're really, really long to get to our study. So what we're going to do, guys, I think what I've decided we'll probably do is I will probably do the okay, we're going to sign off for this. I'm going to stop the recording, and then we're just going to initially talk about our initial 12-week stuff here, guys, and then I'm going to give you guys assignments to be able to process this in the group, which I think will be probably the better thing in all of this. So guys, for those of you guys watching the recording or whatever and listening, I hope this is really helpful. We'll make sure that this PDF is posted into the group so you know where it's at, so you can use this. It's really, really great resource to use. And then in addition to that, we'll also post this recording. And Mandy, thank you again for being part of it. So I'm going to stop the recording here.